What is one anecdote from your professional career that really impacted you and taught you a valuable lesson? Well, one of the first games I worked on at Mighty was a Magic Wizards Tower. It was about like a Harry Potter Hogwarts style magic school. And it was a simple casual game, and it was meant to have a quick turnaround. And the lesson I learned here was that making a game isn't just about making a game, it's also got an element of performance. So we were building this little sim magic tower from the ground up. We were blocking in the fundamentals and trying to get all the elements we needed to run the simulation of this little system. So we had like a floor for housing the students so we could hire students. We had a floor to teach them classes, a system to have teachers teaching them a different magic, and we had different systems which affected how quickly they learnt versus the cost for classes versus the rewards for running a good tower. All the stuff you'd imagine when you're building a game. And my bosses, who were busy doing other things while I was sort of running with this small team, one of my first games which I was sort of running more or less under my own steam, they would check in from time to time. And the problem was, when they checked in, we didn't have a fun game. We didn't have students being turned into toads. We didn't have cute voiceovers. What we had was a lot of stuff that was 80% done and starting to look like a game. We had the rest in our head. When the money started to run out and people wanted to be sold on the game, there was no magic in our magic tower, just raw bricks and mortar. And we had some good bricks and mortar, but no one is won over by that kind of the solid weight of stone. You need those sparkly bits. And later I was lucky enough to watch one of Matt Hall's games come together. You might know him from Crossy Road. And he built these small chunks of the game, but he focused on how each little bit might feel. He had pops on his cards when they came up. He had flavour in the movement. He had colour and life built in as well. He wasn't putting together the whole thing to make sure all of the pipes connected up. He was working on the moment-to-moment experiences, so you could feel the game even in its little bites. If something had to change, and he would have had to rebuild all that little stuff, all the flavour, but he could have kept the things that worked on how it felt. You know, a game is an experience, so it's how it feels. It's in that razzle-dazzle. It's in that magic. So making a game like you would make a building, where you start with a foundation, then put up walls, then put on the roof, then make it watertight, and then start on the interior and finishing, isn't necessarily the best way to make a game, because making a game is performance art as well as an act of construction. It's about feel, it's about the life, it's about imagination and really firing up people's imagination. And I guess even building homes is kind of like that, and it's why construction companies have showrooms where you can walk around and see what, a room or two of the building will look like. You need to communicate what the thing will be. You need to communicate why people would want to live there and why they'd want to visit. And you always need to get someone excited, whether it's the team itself, it's the community or publishers. So I guess don't underestimate those little bits of life. Don't underestimate playing a game so people can get a real sense of it without needing to, play this masterpiece all put together. Yeah, think about the little bits you can break a game into so that people get it and enjoy it as soon as possible.